What's up, everybody? Cilinix Crypto here. Are you tired of missing opportunities and losing money while trading in these markets? Then I might have the solution for you. For those of you who don't know, we run the Cilinix Crypto Signal and Premium group, in which I not only share my own trades, so profitable signals, but I also give you 24/7 mentoring to actually become a better trader yourself, and you gain access to a trading guide with multiple strategies and basic beginner tricks to actually become a profitable trader yourself. If you're interested in that, links will be down in the description or in the pinned comment, and make sure to check that out right now. If you join through Telegram, there's actually a limited time only lifetime offer in there as well. So check that out, and hopefully we will connect. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video this morning on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update here for the weekend. I will be back later this weekend talking about next week, but in this video I kind of wanted to do a recap of yesterday and what to expect right now, right? I mean, yesterday was incredibly volatile. Started off very, very good in the majority of the day, and also a little bit of Thursday. But then after the news and after the NYO, the US session started, we got a major drop right here. Super high volume, one of the highest volume 30-minute candles we've had in the last month or so. Big candle down. Found support towards the 7-day rolling VWAP. From there, I got a bit of a recovery, and since then, it's been quiet. And I expect it to remain relatively quiet. I do think over the course of later today, we will see some momentum return. But I don't expect anything major. I mean, usually after an aggressive move like this, and that's also what we briefly spoke about yesterday, usually you get a little bit of stability, and I would argue that fundamentally, stability is also more likely because I think it's look, yesterday was very mixed because ultimately unemployment rate going up and less payrolls, right? Because we had non-farm payrolls coming in, and those were lower than expected. That's ultimately good, and what that has caused is a possibility at a 50 base points cut in September, right? So that's in 11 days. That's quite major. That's quite a radical shift. But that's also, look, if it's a radical shift, which it is, right? I mean, right now, the probability at one rate cut has decreased, but it's because of those two or 50 base points cut probability. That's quite radical. We had that last year, but then it was also because the unemployment rate went up more than expected. And then all of a sudden you get recession fears, and that's also what we got yesterday. And you can also see that with equities. I think ultimately equities have bounced up relatively nicely. I think Bitcoin, if you look at the 4-hour time frame, we found support where we should have found support as well. The fair value gap right here with the move we made on Thursday evening with the 7-day rolling VWAP. So I think ultimately we found strong support, and I think we have still made decent progress at actually forming some sort of a local bottom here for Bitcoin. I just think short term we need to kind of stay within value. Kind of the balance that we've been forming for the last couple of days is right here between 111,800 and 109,800. I think we're going to remain relatively stable in that area today, and then Sunday and Monday we have to kind of gauge, is it more likely that, or is it should we be fearful for a recession more, or should we be optimistic for rate cuts? That's what we have to talk about, right? And that's what we have to think about. And at this point of time, I'd say it's a little bit too early to say anything regarding that. I think we need to let it settle down a little bit, let the dust settle, and then from there we can get a better overview of the situation. I still think though, and this is what I've said for the last week or so, and so far I would say I was correct, but I'll leave that up to you. I've always said I think we're going to form a local bottom here, especially after the move that we had Tuesday last week. And I still think that, right? So short-term stability, most likely, but from that stability, I think it's more likely that we're going to head for the 30-day rolling VWAP right here at 114.5 rather than 108.7, which, by the way, just to end this video and to add another confluence to that, I'm not sure if many of you follow moon phases in crypto. I know it sounds a little bit like a meme, but trust me, it sometimes does work. We're getting a full moon tomorrow, right? And full moon phases have for 80% of the time been positive and been bullish. So that's another confirmation of getting a local bottom, but obviously that's a little bit out there. But that's those are my thoughts for right now. That's what I think you need to know. So thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend, of course, most important. Take care and bye.